Okay, thank you guys for getting in here so well. I want to give a little purpose before we hear the national anthem. This is not a normal pep rally that we've had before. This is also about the excellence that we're trying to do in instruction, and we are very privileged today to have a lot of important people here who we will know who they are as we go. But thank you guys so much for joining us today as a part of Roosevelt in our effort for excellence in education. And we have members from the State Department, all kinds of people that we'll get to know. So it's great that they chose to come to Roosevelt today and that we can put our best foot forward and show them how proud we are of our school and how proud I am of each and every one of you guys and what we do here every day, including the staff and the teachers. So with that, we'll go national anthem, school song, and then we'll start the assembly.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, and the home of the brave, home of the brave.
Okay, great job. Thank you guys very much. Thank you, Mr. Hench and the band. It's my pleasure now to introduce someone that you should all know anyway. Our new superintendent, Dr. Maher, has come here. Let's give him a warm welcome from Roosevelt High School.
Well, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be in front of you for the first time as your superintendent of schools. I want to start off by saying thanks to Mrs. Holcomb and the vocal folks for their great rendition of our national anthem. And also, thank you to Mr. Hench and the pep band. That was outstanding. I feel like I'm ready for Thursday night's football game. Up front here today, we have several dignitaries that I want to introduce to you who, believe it or not, are really important to your education and certainly to my job as the superintendent of schools. I'm going to start with our own locally elected school board, our board president, Kent Alberty, and vice president, Todd Tolke. Also with us here today is Senator Deb Soholt. She is the chair of the Senate Education Committee. Representing Senator Thune's office is Taylor Hoekstra. Representing Senator Round's office is TJ Nelson. Sioux Falls' own, our mayor, Mayor Huther. Our brand new Chief of Police, Matt Burns. The Executive Director of the School Administrators of South Dakota, Rob Munson. And representatives of the Sioux Falls Public Education Foundation, Amy Scott Stoltz and Vernon Brown. Thank you to all of you for being with us here this morning. There will be a number of other people that up here that you'll get to know as the morning goes along. I want to introduce next to you, it's truly my pleasure to have the Secretary of Education for our state here, Dr. Melody Schopp. Dr. Schopp oversees all of the 700 plus schools in the state of South Dakota. Dr. Schopp loves kids, and I think that will become evident as you hear her speak, and she believes in the potential of the kids in all of our South Dakota schools. Dr. Schopp started her career as an elementary teacher, and he even taught in a one-room elementary schoolhouse back in the day. She is passionate about promoting good teaching in our state, and she recognizes the importance and the impact that good teachers have on the lives of our students. Please welcome to the microphone, Dr. Melody Schopp.
Well, good morning, and wow, what a great group of kids. This is truly one of the best things I get to do in my job. I'm really excited to be here today. And you might be wondering why you're here today, but one of my reasons for being here is I want to talk to you today about some great opportunities that you have as high school kids. So, you know, I walked in this room, and it kind of takes me back to high school, which was many, many, many years ago. And thinking about what I did at this point in my life when I was particularly a junior in high school, maybe a senior in high school, between working, between studying, between hanging out with my friends, I started to think, you know, what am I going to do when I leave this high school? And I know that a lot of you probably do the same thing between, you know, your homework and yak, and between your studying and texting, and between your hanging out with friends and probably a little bit of texting again, and between athletics and maybe a little bit of Snapchat and a little bit of Snapchat and a little bit of texting. And then finally, you probably start to think, hey, you know what? Maybe I should think about what I'm going to do when I leave high school, right? And so I know that some of you have already started down that path, and one of the things I'm here to talk to you about today is a real opportunity that we have in the state of South Dakota. And that's why I'm here today, is to talk about something that you can do to get a jump start on college and to do it in a really economical way. Right now, when we think about what college costs today, college costs about $8,000 a year. And when I went to college, and this was back in the early 70s, it only cost about $500. Now that's probably what your parents are spending on your cell phone bill in 1 month. But today with the $8,000 price tag, we know that many of you might be saving, you might have jobs, maybe your parents are putting some money away, but we have a way in South Dakota that you can not only earn credit while you're still in high school, but you can do it very economically through something called the South Dakota Dual Credit Program. Dual Credit Program allows you to earn credit for both post-secondary, whether it's a four-year institution, or if you decide to go to a technical school. And the best thing about it is not only do you get the credit while you're in high school, but you can get it for only $40 a credit. Now currently, if you were to take a college course in college for about three credits, it's going to cost you well over $300. So $40 a credit is a great economical way for you to garner some college credit while you're still in high school, get the support of your high school teachers, your parents, and get a jump start on college. So today I really want to encourage you, but the other thing that I want to do is congratulate you, because what we have found out that in the 2014-15 school year, we had 101 dual credit courses taken right here at Roosevelt. Really proud of you. And I'm just curious, how many of you are taking dual credit this year? Can you raise your hands for me? Dual credit courses, hands up high. Come on, you guys. Yay! Good job, and I'm going to encourage you to really take advantage of that and to think about that as we're going forward. Now, that's pretty impressive when you think 101 dual credit courses in the past year. Those of you who did that, you already have some credits, you've got a transcript. We want you to stay in the state of South Dakota and be connected to one of our institutions here. I hope you continue to take advantage of that. And we're here today to celebrate that you have this opportunity in the state of South Dakota. Now, while I'm excited about dual credit in South Dakota, I have to tell you that that's not really the reason I'm here today. I'm here today for a much different reason, and we're here today to talk about great teaching, and I'm here to introduce you today to somebody who came a long way to just do that. Her name is Dr. Jane Foley. She comes from Santa Monica, California, representing what we call the Milken Family Foundation. The Milken Family Foundation has been a friend and a supporter of education since 1985. Dr. Foley is from the Chicago public school system, and she earned her doctorate at Purdue University. She was a teacher. She was a principal in Indiana for 24 years before moving to California in 1998 when she joined the Milken Foundation. Please welcome our special guest, Senior Vice President of the Milken Educator Awards, Dr. Jane Foley.
Woo! Hello, Roosevelt. It is a pleasure to travel from California and share this assembly with you. As you just heard, my name is Jane Foley. I work at the Milken Family Foundation in Santa Monica, California. Okay, well, probably a lot of you don't know anything about the Milken Family Foundation. But the foundation knows a lot about you. Yes. Yes. Even in California, we heard about this school, your staff, and my job. I travel around the whole country visiting just the top schools. This is our only stop in the state. And rumor has it that you have the best students in South Dakota. Is that true? I knew it. Well, then I'm glad. I just traveled 1,300 miles to hear it from you firsthand. And now you know, people are watching. They're watching in the state capitol. We're watching you in California. So congratulations and keep it up. I came here for two reasons. First, to communicate a very important message. And second, to help share some exciting news we've been keeping a secret. The message is about the critical role that teachers and principals play in our society. At the Milken Foundation, we believe educators have the most important job in our country because they've been entrusted with the responsibility of preparing all of you for a bright future. Research and our own personal experience tell us that the single most important education element determining how much you will learn is the quality of the educators you encounter each year. Think for a moment of your favorite teachers. It could be here at Roosevelt. Maybe it was middle school. Maybe it was elementary. We've got a lot of favorite teachers. Those good teachers make the difference. And in the spirit of paying tribute to the importance of educators, I'd like to take a moment right now in this exciting assembly to acknowledge the dedicated faculty at Roosevelt for the work you do every day. Could all the teachers and all the staff please stand for a round of applause? Mr. Hazlett, Dr. Maher, please stand. Custodians, kitchen workers, aides. Thank you. Thank you. Those are the people that work so hard every day to help you learn and succeed. Well, that applause was probably appreciated, but we don't clap and hold ceremonies like this for outstanding educators very often. We recognize excellence in other professions. The best athletes get Most Valuable Player awards. Entertainers get Emmys and Oscars. In science and medicine, there are Nobel Prizes. But our educators, who have the most important job of all, teaching the people who get all the other awards, and teaching all of you, haven't had that kind of a celebration. That's wrong. And the people at the Milken Foundation set out to change that. And that's why 30 years ago, a man named Lowell Milken created a program to honor outstanding educators. The program is called the Milken Educator Award. It's big. The Milken Award says in a very public way that greatness in education should be recognized too. That outstanding educators are the backbone of every distinguished school such as this. And only if we elevate the teaching profession will talented young people like you here at Roosevelt consider a career in education. One teacher during his or her career has the power to positively influence thousands of young people's lives. If you want to help shape the future, we ask you to think about becoming a teacher. Teachers in the audience, I see them. And that brings me to the exciting news. This fall, we're traveling around the whole country presenting Milken Awards to outstanding educators. There are many great teachers and principals in this country. You can believe me when I say that, because I've been everywhere. I've met hundreds, thousands of talented educators. But one of the best teachers in the entire country out of 3 million teachers is here in your school. And before we leave, a teacher at Roosevelt is going to receive this national award, the only one in South Dakota this year. The Milken Award is so prestigious, it's called the Oscars of teaching. Oh yeah. So, now that you know that we're going to present a national award to a teacher, you might wonder, okay, what does it mean? What's the teacher get? That's a good question. The first thing the teacher gets is one big surprise. Because you can't apply, we don't accept nominations, you don't find us. We find you. We look, we search, we go all over the country to find the best of the best. And the best of the best for the Milken Award means the teacher has the potential to be a leader in education for decades to come, and it means that the teacher is an unsung hero doing extraordinary work, but relatively unknown beyond the district. That will change today, because the second thing the teacher gets is a lot of celebration, a lot of recognition, evidenced by all of these distinguished guests that are here. And look at this, the media is here to cover it. But most importantly, all of you are here to see it out of class. But the reason you're here out of class is we want you to remember the message about the importance of educators. So please go home tonight and talk about all the things that happened. Next, the teacher joins a team. It's the elite all-star education team with the other distinguished educators that received the Milken Award since the program began. And these educators work to improve the entire American education system. And there's something else. And Dr. Shop is going to tell us more.
Me, right? Will my 5 volunteers come up, please? All right, you guys, we have something that we want to present to this teacher, but I just want to make sure that we let everybody see what this is. So I'm going to start with you. Your name is? Emily. Emily, would you hold this for me, please? So guess what? We're going to give a little bit of a cash award. And? Allie, is that correct? $2? Nah, not enough, do you think? Your name? Brennan? Brennan, $25. Now, I know that you're already doing the math in your head because you're really smart. I've got a couple more cards. Okay, so, Peter? Yeah. Peter? Okay, so we know we're going to get at least $250 for one of our teachers, but?
Jordan.
Jordan. Okay, $2,500. Now, I hate to tell you this, but we forgot something. We forgot one of the zeros today. So, Senator Soho, would you come up, please? So, some lucky teacher here today, one of the best teachers in the state of South Dakota, is going to receive a check for how much? $25,000. It all makes me think like we're a game show. Can I have the envelope, please? Okay, this is the moment. No, got it. And the winner is Gina Benz.
Stay up here. Did you see this? So she looks a little shook, but I did come 1,300 miles to say congratulations, and I have a couple questions I'd love to ask you. We know that as an English teacher, you love words. Why is it so important to you that your students appreciate literature and the power of words?
Reading is so important because it helps us step into somebody else's shoes and have greater understanding for other people, more compassion for other people. It just creates a better society. But let me also say that when my students trust me that words matter, that matters to me, that my students trust me that an old book like The Scarlet Letter has meaning to their lives. And when these 5 students trusted me last year, that's the greatest honor I could have, that trust.
Words matter. What are some of your expectations for your students? What is it that you want for them as learners and as people?
I want my students to love learning. That's what I expect. I expect them to trust their teachers, and I have so many amazing colleagues in this room who I think deserve this as much, if not more, than I do. Trust your teachers. They care about you. They want the best for you, and that's what we expect, that you'll love learning and want to learn, and then take that out into society and make this world a better place.
Is there anything else that you would want to say that's going through your mind right now?
I'm incredibly grateful for this community, the Roosevelt Rough Riders. I love to be here. I love going to the games, going to the concerts, listening to the band. Of course, I'm really grateful to my family and their support, because it takes family to help you along the way. I'm thankful to the administrators for trusting me. I'm thankful to my colleagues for giving me grace, compassion, and support. But again, I'm most thankful to my students, just for trusting me and for going on a journey of books and writing and learning and trying to be better people for this world. So thank you to my students.
Roosevelt Rough Riders. There were a few people that you didn't meet before the program. I think you know some of them. They're part of that all-star education team. They're veteran Milken educators, recipients of the Milken Award from previous years in South Dakota, and I'd love for you to meet all of them now.
My name is Karen Lukens. I was a 2002 Milken Award winner, and I now teach at Lowell Elementary. I'm Leanna Rabine, and I actually got the award last year in 2014, and I'm at Hawthorne. This is my 11th year.
My name is Wade Hellison. I got the award in 2010 when I was teaching at Lowell Elementary, and now I'm an administrator intern at Cleveland Elementary School in town.
I am Sherry Becker. I am the curriculum director in Mitchell. I've been there for 15 years, and I got the award in 2003.
And my name is Kira Christensen Dilla, and when I received the award in 2009, I was a math teacher at Washington High School. I was afraid of that, yeah. That's all right, it's okay. Clearly, it's a great day to be a writer. Yeah. And on behalf of the Milken Educator Network, Gina, we want to say welcome to you. And we want to tell you that we have a group of passionate and committed educators that will be there, and you get to be a part of this great network, and you make it stronger. And also to all the educators that are in this room, it is an honor and privilege to get to do this work, and we congratulate you as well for being part of that community. Thank you.
And so I'm very proud to say that I'm also a recipient of the Milken Educator Award. I received it in 1994 when I was a principal in Indiana. And so on behalf of South Dakota Network, the Indiana Network, and Milken educators across this entire country, we welcome you and congratulate you to this network of excellence. Today, we are honoring Mrs. Benz, and in doing so, we aim to shine the spotlight on your whole school and all the teachers here. I want to thank you students for helping us thank one teacher today in grand fashion. I have something else to suggest. Keep it going. After today, find any favorite teacher, take a selfie with that favorite teacher. There's more. Follow us on Instagram at Milken Family Foundation. Use the hashtag MyTeacherRocks and add a caption about why that teacher is amazing. The selfies with the most likes could win $500 for their school. So help us. Let the selfies begin. Shh. Help us. Help us at the Milken Family Foundation recognize even more teachers and bring another honor to your school. Congratulations. Thank you.
All right. I want to just say special congratulations. This is the biggest, hardest secret to keep in the entire world. And so you're probably wondering, why in the world did they drag me to this assembly with all of these old people up front today? So thank you for just being a great bunch of kids. Thank you to all the teachers in the room. Once a teacher, always a teacher. And just have an excellent day. And
I feel ready to go out and give back in some way. I feel excited to have received something that's an incredibly generous gift, and now it makes me want to be generous and compassionate and loving to more people.
So Mrs. Benz, you can really tell she cares about all of her students. I tremendously respect her as a teacher and as a person, really caring towards everyone. She kind of turned me from a student that really didn't care for English. I wasn't into that subject much, but after taking her AP English class, really changed my perspective, turned things around for me. I really enjoyed having her and enjoyed taking her class.
No, I had in mind a few of my colleagues here at school who I thought might be the award winners, and I was already getting excited for them. I'm certainly grateful I won the award, but I know that a lot of my colleagues are just as deserving, if not more deserving. I'm lucky that I get to teach English, because part of English has to do with the heart. And reading books, getting to know characters, and then realizing how those characters help us to better understand ourselves and better understand others. And when we get to step into another person's shoes, we develop more compassion toward others. We develop more grace. For instance, I've never been a Jewish boy, but when I read The Chosen, I get to step inside that person's shoes and have more grace, have more compassion. So I think that's why students say we get to not just read, but we get to learn about life. We don't just learn about the classics, we learn about ourselves.
For sure. Oh, one of the most deserving teachers I've ever met. She really cares, really creates a big impact on a lot of students. I know everyone that's had her loves having her, loves talking to her. You know, even outside of the classroom, she is very involved. She's at all the sporting events, all the activities, talking with all the kids, making sure everyone's doing all right, and just really puts in a lot of extra effort, and she is very deserving of this.
You know, teaching is always about giving back. And my colleagues here every day are giving back constantly, giving to this community, giving to our society, giving to these kids. And it's such a privilege to work at Roosevelt High School among so many gifted, talented, and very dedicated professionals.
Yeah, Miss Benz is just, a great person. I love talking to her. A teacher that really made English click for me, made me understand things, made me enjoy the subject, and also, really shows that compassion and care for all of her students, and really creates an impact greatly on a lot of people's lives.
Teaching is an incredible profession. I'm glad to be teaching. I don't plan to be leaving this profession anytime soon. And it's incredible because it creates connections. It creates community. And you feel connected to your students, your colleagues, and then their parents, your students' parents, the community outside. And developing community is one of the things that brings me the greatest joy in this life, and I think other people too. Everyone wants to belong, and teaching is one of those professions where you can belong and be a part of making our towns, our state better for the future.
I was expecting it. When I heard Mrs. Ben's name called, I actually had turned around to some friends before the announcement and said, I'm guessing it's going to be Mrs. Benz, and I saw it on the envelope, and I was very excited and very thrilled, very pleased.
Students are very busy. I have students who are in extracurricular activities, plus they have jobs. Maybe they're also having babysitting responsibilities at home. So how do you decide you're going to read the Scarlet Letter when so many other things are begging for your time? Part of it is getting to the students' hearts right away. and saying, this is why this book matters to you. Even though it was written in 1850 among a bunch of, white Puritans in New England, it really still matters to you, and that's why it's still published today. And so we get to the heart of the matter. What are the lessons this book is teaching us? How is it helping us to be better people? How is it helping us to be better toward other people? And then, of course, on a more practical side, sometimes I provide time in class to read. And every day isn't discussion day or work day. Some days we sit back and we just enjoy the literature. And a lot of times that hooks the students, and they'll keep reading into the night.
Well, teachers have such a big impact. They're around students for most of their life as they're growing up. They create a huge impact on their lives day to day because they're around them a lot of the time. And it's great to give them some recognition, tell them they're important, that they're doing a good job, congratulate them, and let them know in front of all of their students, all of their colleagues, and the media that what they're doing here is very great and it really matters and is important.